Hey guys, how are you all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. So yeah, this is our Bitcoin evening wrap up, and yeah, what a day, guys! what a day in Bitcoin. Only in Bitcoin do we get movements like this. Well, obviously we get down movements in Bitcoin. Obviously they aren't allowed in other markets anymore. So I mean, but yeah, that aside, let's have a look at the chart. Whilst I would say it's a bit comical, this action, this price action. I mean, this is a Bart pattern on steroids, basically. But yeah, let's just but anyway, so just looking at our levels, I mean, I drew this box on this morning for us, this new one. I just put the grey in it for us, because that was our level, that was our level basically, that if we broke back down through, you can see I've not put the rectangle on that perfectly straight. Oh god, it's annoying that is though. I've not got the drawing tools on, so let's zoom this in, get the top of it, move it down a bit. Oh, I've missed it again. That'll do, got it, bang on. Let's close it. But yeah, so yeah, as you can see, we had that box that we drew on this morning, and I literally said if we get below this box, this is the support, the new sort of support. If we go below here, then obviously expect some downside. Obviously I wasn't quite expecting this much downside, but yeah, but downside nonetheless. That was to take a short area, so if you took a short there, then you did well. But yeah, this was literally what we drew on this morning. So yeah, good to see there. Also, as you can also see, we came down to our perfectly down to our little 8,600 level. Just literally dipped our toe in. Look, dipped our toe and thought, oh, I'm not staying in there, not staying down there, guys. And then we whizzed back up to our other pretty important. This is pretty major support level here. Look, you can see here this one, and which also incidentally is roughly, depending how you draw it, sort of the top of our pennant as well. So we've got back to here. So I mean, if you just forget all this happened, we're just nothing's happened really, has it? I mean, we're playing around this area, and now we're back in this area. So nothing to see here, guys. This is nothing to see here. This is just crypto. It's just what it does. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys are all right. All you guys trading out there. I hope not too many of you got liquidated or stopped out. It's a bit of a savage move. 8,600 was a perfect area to have buys in on Coinbase. Just based on the levels. So I do know some people had orders down there, and I actually don't know if they got filled, to be honest. But I do know they had orders. I messaged them to find out, and I'm guessing that they didn't, otherwise they would have been messaging me back saying yeah. But I believe we only traded this low on BitMEX, because this is the scammy exchange. But yeah, I mean, this looks to me like pretty much like what's known as a fat finger. So look, here's my keyboard. Look, imagine I've got a fat finger. I go and I basically click the wrong button like that. And then I accidentally click market sell rather than sticking in a nice 10 million limit order to sell above this nice 10,000 level, but I accidentally click market sell, and then bang, here we find ourselves. But yeah, obviously there were signs that we could get a big move. I mean, you guys know that I love the TD sequential. We're on a weekly 9, and that's obviously a very high time frame 9 candle. So you can very much expect some sort of some craziness around that. And we sell. That's certainly what we got. But anyway, what I would say though, I would look at, we're still at this level, so it's not looking bad. Yes, that's a strong rejection from up here, but I mean, just the nature of this rejection is pretty extreme, and it does remind me of, I did a separate video of some other weekly 9 big move downs that we have. I mean, even this move down here, look, we had here, you can see that we pretty much retraced it all back up, and that was even when we hung down lower in the price. I mean, we've got all the way halfway back up the candle. I mean, that to me speaks volumes to the actual overall strength of the market. And then don't forget, guys, we have a move from over 10,000, basically from over 10,000 down to obviously this is on BitMEX again. I don't know if other exchanges traded this low, but on BitMEX to around 3,600, and then Bitcoin went all the way back up again.
So yeah, so I mean, and look at the difference between these. It's absolutely dwarfed. So yeah, all is not lost. All is not lost unless obviously you were over leveraged and got liquidated or overexposed, in which case all is lost. But that's a lesson. That's a lesson you've got to learn. You can only learn that the hard, expensive way. Well, not you can only learn that, but I feel like you can only really learn that the hard, expensive way. And I've learned that lesson multiple times in many different markets, in many different accounts over the years. So yeah, I mean it happens. I mean, you have your stops, you leave. I've even in Bitcoin, I've left an order to buy in the market actually on the wick down that I was actually talking about in the video. That's why I remember it so vividly. The wick down that we had in about May time. Oh, we're on a 4-hour candle. It's going to take us forever to get through this. Yeah, this one here, I left an order in the market and then lost 0.8 Bitcoin because it was, I think it was like a 20k buy order. And what it actually was I was short. I took a position off. I forgot to remove one of my take profit orders that I hadn't then also put as a reduce only order, because I'm just a complete idiot. And then 0.8 Bitcoin down the drain at a time when Bitcoin was around $7,000. So yeah, so that's like what that's about. It's more than $5,000 down the drain. But hey, that's just what I mean. You have to now. I always make sure I've got the right orders in. I always make sure I've not left any orders in, and yeah, we'll make sure the orders are the correct order type. And I mean, that's just a $5,000 lesson. But yeah, I would suspect a lot of lessons we'll learn here on this dip down here. So people that were still able to trade after being taught that lesson, maybe didn't do quite as bad in this one. So, but hey, that's trading. You have to learn the hard way in trading. You can't. I mean, with trading, you risk money. If you don't risk money and you don't lose money, I feel like you can't really learn. That's why you get academics, and I feel like, just generally speaking, not even trading wise, academics, PhD economists that like live at central banks and do whatever they do. I feel like they don't understand, they don't appreciate or understand risk. They just understand their flawed models. But right, anyway, wow, I've gone way too much on about non-Bitcoin related stuff here. But yeah, so anyway, what we did have, we touched the 8,600 zone. We now are supported back above this zone, which is where we have been residing the past few days anyway. So as long as we stay up here, this I mean, I feel like this is very bullish. All we've really done is the market has liquidated a lot of overextended, of over leveraged long positions. People that FOMO'd in, and lots of people, like I've been saying, this is sort of the buy zone. Get above this level, buy for basically the rest of the year, up to 20k plus. Potentially. I mean, in reality, that real level is up here around this 11,500 area. That's the real level. But you could get a bit premature and a bit punching jumping here. But yeah, you just got taught a lesson then, basically. But yeah, but that's what that was. Lots of people would have got in here. Lots of shorts also would have A, covered, or B, been liquidated. And some shorts probably reapplied. Some shorts probably put the orders on, maybe incorrectly. Maybe they put the market order on more than the limit order. But yeah, so. But like I said, I mean, I did say that we'll possibly come back down anyway and test the pennant, and that comes in around 9,400 area. So, I mean, this wick aside. That is in effect what we've done. We've just come back down to the top of the pennant. So this is the retest, and if we start to move back up again off the top of this pennant, then I mean this wick then just adds to the bullishness of the move. We broke out the pennant, we came and retested it, we started moving up, and even with a move down, even with a wick down like that, which just gives us more bullish impetus. And this, I mean, this is a 4-hour candle, but if we look at like this on the daily, if we do basically trade higher, or even on the weekly, say the weekly, for example, say the weekly we get back to 10k, I mean, how bullish does that candle look with its nice long wick, and obviously us closing towards the top end of the candle. Yeah, so again, there we go. Look, there we have it, the weekly 9. The weekly 9. Weekly timescale is now looking very very obvious for trades. So I mean, it always has been a big level, this 8,600. If we take out this 8,600, then yep, I mean, we're going to the bottom of the larger pennant, I would assume, down to around here. Well, whatever point in time we reach it, but around this area. So that is actually sub 6k. So, but obviously, clearly, we're a long way from that. Well, we're a long way from that at the moment, but we could easily start to break these levels down and move down. But yeah, like I said, I don't necessarily think that is the case unless we do get weakness in the stock market, and we could very potentially be getting some weakness in the stock market, because eventually there has to be some sort of correction in the stock market. Because in much the same way we got a lot of buyers above here, the stock market has been so unvolatile with its move up. It has been a case of just buy some more, buy some more, buy some more. Next thing you know, you've got a big long position on. No real volatility in the market. You're not really sweating it, and then one morning we gap down before the open, or the futures are down overnight, and or just during a trading day we just have a lot of selling come in, and then obviously that selling will lead to more selling. So if that happens, obviously if that happens in the stock market, I can't see that not dragging down Bitcoin. And then yeah, like I said, if we get below this 8,006, I mean, we are looking at a weekly time frame here, so just bear with me, guys. If we break down this 8,600 level, then yeah, I mean, that will confirm this as a high, as a local high. And when I say local, I mean a weekly local high. And then yeah, we're gonna have to go and find ourselves a weekly local bottom. Back down to the smaller time frame, so we can look at something a bit more actionable. I've been saying to you guys anyway, though, I've been saying this range here, I've been saying is just not really, all the easy trades have been had. We're at this level now, this sort of 9,700, 9,800, 9,500. We're in this zone. There was an obvious trade to take a long over 9,800. That trade obviously was a fantastic trade. You got there, I mean, you take your profits, or you put your stops in profit, or whatever you do to manage your risk. And then yeah, then we just got a big move down. I mean, this is what I was saying. I can't necessarily predict the direction of volatility. I mean, we had it up first, and then down, and then I mean back up again from the bottom of the wick, and then what I actually think we'll have it then back up again. But again, I mean, we're actually it's just the same trade. This is like a rinse and repeat of the same trade. I mean, if we break above this box here, 9,800. Yeah, I mean, I expect us to get to 10,500 pretty quick. I mean, there you go. I mean, what I will say is any orders that we had placed to sell up here, we've wiped those out now. So you have to think about that. That's why I don't really believe that in double tops or double bottoms. One of the reasons is I don't believe that you get multiple chances to sell a high or buy a low, and secondly, just the market dynamics, the market dynamics of the fact that the sells, the resting orders, that's what they're called, the resting orders that were up there, that were just sat there waiting to get filled, have now been filled. So they're not there. They're not in the way. Fair enough, we'll have more orders here and more orders up here, but we've wiped these orders out. So we can start going up again, basically. Not start going up, I mean, but we can obviously get through that zone quicker. So yeah, again, obviously, so over 9,700, 9,800, I expect we'll have a swift move back up to this zone, and then once we take out the top of this candle and basically get into this resistance zone, I'd expect we'll get through there a bit easier than what people may think, just because of macro formations that we're potentially getting out of, and FOMO buying. People that have missed this dip down, people that did buy this dip down and then want to buy some more. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm thinking. Obviously, we have got a clear defined downside even on the short trend. It's just the same levels we had before, really. So say around 9,000. I think I've moved some. No, that line was meant to be there across here. Let me just extend this across. No, I won't, because I'll just start messing stuff up. But yeah, we've got some, obviously we've got this zone here. So if we break below, say 9,400, or even be more conservative, 9,300, these lows here, then yeah, expect more continuation down. I don't expect 9,000 to hold us. Our next potential support will be wherever the bottom of the pennant is. But I mean, I don't class that as a massively important one. We could potentially draw a support along here around the high 9,000s. In fact, we will do that. I suspect we maybe had a line there. But it doesn't appear to be there anymore. So yeah, because you can see we've got a lot of confluence around this area. I mean, we'll just put it basically at the nice round number 9,000 ish. Well, I just couldn't click on it, down to about 8,000. Yeah, about this zone here. To be honest, yeah, about this zone here. Yeah, it could be this zone could be very, I mean, it's like a whole zone here. But I will just put it here. Sorry, I will just put it here for the time being. Unlock those drawing tools. So yeah, I mean, we could potentially find support around here, around this just under 9,000. And then obviously we've got our major 8,600. So support here isn't the worst thing in the context of the formation, because it is a higher low compared to this one and this one. Yeah, so I mean, that's what I'd expect. If we do break below here, I'd expect we'd pretty quickly get down to around here. I think we can take this off now. We only had this single line on before, just to tell us of the move up there. But yeah, so a break below here, I'd expect us to come down to here. I mean, we could get supported here. We could potentially get supported, but I do feel like getting down to here, it would be a better target for the bears. So I feel they may get that, because it looks like a better target. Therefore, the bulls are probably going to wait before they decide to start stepping in, and I think they would step in around here. Failing that though, obviously we've got macro 8,600 support. If we lose that, then like I said, obviously, you know what, if we lose that, obviously I've shown you the weekly time frame. If we lose 8,600, it's basically sub 6,000 for us, guys. Yeah, so not in a wick like that would be pretty unhealthy price action. But yeah, but just insofar as the fact over the next few weeks, maybe a month or so, that's where we'll probably make our way down to. For our Stokes pointing down, 8 hour Stokes are going to be pointing down to. See what the 12 hours have to be pointing down now. They are pointing down, but look, they're still only obviously we're closing the candles in 3 hours, but we're still holding this trend line at the moment. So I mean, that is not inherently bearish. And yeah, I mean, you can see how perfectly daily Stokes got rejected by this line, so that's not necessarily looking too good. This isn't. So yeah, but obviously having such a move down, some of the oscillators are going to look a bit not the greatest for us. But either way, weekly wise, this is a mass at the moment. Obviously very early in the week. We've got 5 days to go. How many days have we got in a week? 7. So we've got most of the week. So yeah, this is very early days. So if this ends up being a solid green candle with a long wick, then just that will be at 10,000. It'll be above 10,000 for a start. So it'll look really good. But however, if we close below the level we're talking about, 8,000 or even close to 8,600, we'll have a very bearish looking, very long rejection wick, and it would be likely, on the balance of probabilities, in my experience, that we would make a move down below 8,600. So yeah, so I don't really have much else to say on this. I mean, again, trading for me just comes down to levels. You guys obviously here you can see what all my levels are, and then when I put new ones in and what they mean and etc. We had the one in here, break below it, down, so that was clearly a sell trade. We had the one here as well, break below that, down, and then obviously we had this one too, break below it, down. And then we had this one here, which eventually, that one there, but then eventually this one, which supported us, so back up again, and then we found our footing basically about halfway up the candle. So that's pretty normal also as well. You can get a big move you get a retrace to halfway, and then you can continue coming down. So I mean, that is a potential move. That normally happens though in a more, we have the move down and then we gradually work our way back up, and then to have to decide, are we going to break the midpoint, or are we going to keep reject off it? I mean, that's not something that's we can really consider just based on that we literally wicked back up on the same basically 5-minute candle. So it's not the same scenario. But anyway, so that's it, guys. So remember, hit that like button, please. It's not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. And yeah, I'll have to do a 3 comments video just to check up on the bot that I set up yesterday. I do need to set another one up, but I think I'll set that up tomorrow. But yeah, so thanks for listening, guys, and I'll speak to you soon.